How do battery backup sump pumps work during outages? Imagine a heavy storm hitting your area and suddenly knocking out the power to your home. Your basement is at risk of flooding, but you have a backup plan in place. That plan is your battery backup sump pump. These systems are built to keep your basement dry when the main sump pump can't run because of a power outage. Let's see how they do this from a plumbing point of view. First, your primary sump pump runs on your home's electrical system. It activates when the water in the sump pit reaches a certain level, which is detected by a float switch. If the power goes out, the primary pump stops working and water can start to rise, risking flooding. This is where the battery backup system steps in. It has a deep cycle battery, usually 12 volts, and a control unit that keeps an eye on the power situation. When the control detects a power loss, it switches the pump's power source from your home's electricity to the battery automatically. This switch happens seamlessly, so you don't need to do anything. You might even hear an alarm or see a light alerting you that the backup is now active. The backup pump itself is often a smaller, direct current-powered pump. It is installed in the same sump pit or nearby and connected to the same discharge pipe but has its own check valve. This valve prevents water from flowing back into the sump pit when the pump is off. The backup pump uses its own float switch, which is set to turn on at a slightly higher water level than the primary pump. This way, it only activates when the water rises beyond the primary pump's threshold, ensuring it only runs when needed. Once activated, the backup pump pushes water out through the discharge pipe, just like the main pump. It removes water from the sump pit and directs it outside, preventing flooding during a power outage. The battery's capacity, measured in amp hours, determines how long the backup can run. For example, a battery with 120 amp hours can typically run for several hours, sometimes even days if water levels fluctuate slowly. To keep everything working properly, regular maintenance is key. You should check the battery regularly, keep it charged, and replace it every few years. Testing the system periodically ensures it will operate correctly when needed. If the backup system is installed properly, it will only turn on during power outages and not interfere with the primary pump's normal operation. Installation involves plumbing the backup pump into the sump pit and connecting it to the discharge line. Electrical wiring is needed for the battery charger and control unit. Proper setup ensures the backup pump activates only when the power fails, giving you peace of mind during storms or outages. In essence, battery backup sump pumps are a reliable second line of defense. They automatically switch to battery power when the main power fails, keeping your basement dry and safe. Regular checks and good installation practices make sure they work smoothly whenever you need them most.